This is the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Brought to you by Yegg Property Pros. Powered by Real Broker. Get a realtor who knows. Call the pros.
You got me all fired up saying there was a royal announcement coming today.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, and then I go and look on Twitter, and sure enough, tons of people talking about this upcoming royal announcement. But then I went digging a little deeper and looked at any news outlet around the world, and nobody's talking about it. And I feel like if there was a royal announcement coming, that like BBC, CBC, some of the major news networks, CNN, would be covering it.
Okay, so I reached out to my girlfriend who lives in London. I said, what is the announcement going to be today? She said, what announcement?
See?
I said, the royal family, they have an announcement today. The flags are at half-mast, apparently. Or are those rumors?
I think you're starting to take things on Twitter too seriously.
I know.
Is that where you're getting your information?
Always.
Yeah, no.
Like, what happened? Is the king okay?
Yeah, I think he's probably okay.
All right, well...
Because you even went into this
Listen,
dive about, the king may have died and they won't announce it on St. Patrick's Day, or else that will give the Irish people something to laugh about.
Well, it's true.
No, but you're reading...
That's an 800-year ha-ha that they could have said on St. Patrick's Day.
Is where you get most of your news now YouTube or...
Ryder, that's not funny.
Well, you're acting like it.
Well, the Kate Middleton thing, it started off like, oh my gosh, where is she? But now there's so many different theories and background stories and extra information that it's stressing me out. Like, even someone reached out to me over the weekend. They said, I need a Kate Middleton update. I said, I'm not interested. It's too much for me at this point.
Well, I think if you're going to Twitter to read different theories, that's good. But when you start heading over there for facts, we're in trouble.
So is there no announcement today?
I don't believe there is.
Okay, good, because it's been stressing me out. Over the weekend, we were in a media bond spiel.
So yeah, it didn't go well again, though.
No, we didn't win.
We at least got one tie this year, so that's the first time we've ever not lost.
Well, it was the first year that we've gotten points in every game. Last year, we had a lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros on the board, yeah.
How did I do? Be honest. As someone who's not sporty and had to be on your team, and you're the most competitive person I've ever met.
Okay, full breakdown. I thought you did very good. Your throwing of the stones was great. Put a lot in play. I will say it feels like you don't believe in the sweeping. And the sweeping aspect is such a huge part. What
do you mean I don't believe in the sweeping? I was sweeping out there.
Yeah, you weren't putting any pressure on the... do you see how some of the people sweep?
Yeah.
And do you realize that you don't sweep like that?
I feel like I'm doing that.
Nah,
I can't see myself, though.
I could tell that you're not just putting any weight on the stick. You're just fake sweeping. You do this, right? You call it forking, where you fake work. What?
I'm sweeping out there. Here's the problem with you.
That wasn't what we were talking about, but...
When you throw your rock, you let go so quickly, and it's going so slow that you force me to sweep immediately, and I feel like you're doing it on purpose.
Not true. But
you need to throw a little bit harder. To
finesse a stone into the house properly, there should be some sweeping. And when I say to you, sweep, you usually stop and yell at me that you heard me the first time.
I did.
I know, but that's what you're supposed to do. Is you need
I don't need someone yelling in my ear to sweep more.
Sorry, this is awkward. You asked, though. I did think you did a very good job of throwing your stones.
Thanks.
Oh, you're mad now.
We're asking you what you learned this weekend. We like to do this. So be aware of that over the weekend. If there's anything that you have this realization, this aha moment, hit us up and let us know about it.
My lesson learned was that St. Patrick's Day shouldn't be on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's tiresome.
Yeah. I was ready to have a healthy day, lots of water, go play hockey, sweat it out, be ready for a nice, work week. And instead, I end up at a pub.
Drinking beer.
So it shouldn't be allowed. If it's on a Sunday, they got to bump it ahead to the Saturday.
Or give us the Monday off.
Yeah, that's fair.
What I learned over the weekend is that Jamie Lee Curtis has a godson, and that godson is Jake Gyllenhaal. I was scrolling through Instagram, and Jamie Lee Curtis pops up, but it's a shirtless photo of Jake Gyllenhaal, and I was like, what's this going to be?
Yeah, that's a strange combo. She twice his age, probably. Eh? Almost.
Yeah, but it's because he's in that new remake of Roadhouse, where he's a UFC fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a remake? Or is
Yeah.
it just the same title but a different character?
No, the old one I don't think was.
It wasn't UFC, obviously.
Wasn't UFC, correct?
But same kind of vibes.
From 1989.
Yeah.
Roadhouse had Patrick Swayze in it.
Yes, there we go. That's what it is. Anyway, Jake is looking good. But I was like, why is Jamie Lee Curtis posting a shirtless photo of him? That's her godson. So you learn something new every day. Apparently, Conor McGregor was cast in that movie too. Is that a spoiler? I was just reading through the comments underneath.
Yeah, I think he, I don't know if he has a big part in it.
Des wrote in saying, I had my daughter's 16th birthday party with about 10 other teenagers. What I realize is that kids these days are pretty awesome. Generous, kind, respectful, humorous. I also realized how grateful my daughter is. That's great, because that could be a hit or miss.
Important lessons learned.
Especially a 16th birthday party.
Yeah. If my kid's still talking to me at that point, I'll consider it a win.
By the way, I had a girlfriend send me a text over the weekend that she was getting her nails done in a salon. And she said across from her was a girl around the same age as her stepdaughter who always has her head in her phone. And there was a girl getting her toes done reading a book. She's like, this is weird to see out in public.
Is this the return?
Maybe the return of book readers instead of TikTok scrollers.
I just read something that a lot of women are calling for action from car manufacturers to add something to vehicles.
A spot for your dipping sauce?
No, that's not it. It's a good one. It's a spot for something, though.
Okay.
We're going to get into this in just a few minutes. But yeah, I'm actually surprised this hasn't been invented already. We're going to talk about it coming up, but make sure you get your guesses in as to what we might be referring to. A call to action online that I saw that was getting quite a bit of buzz was somebody who said, why is there still no place to store my purse in cars? And when you look at electronic vehicles or hybrids, there is more space in the vehicles that they could simply put something, a place to put your purse. I've seen holders like that you buy separately on the back of seats, and you can hang your purse on the back of that.
Here's the thing. There are a lot of people who are now leaning more towards the fanny pack lifestyle instead of a purse over the shoulder. And something that I struggle with when I don't know if anyone else listening deals with this, but when you're wearing your fanny pack around the chest,
like over one shoulder.
Chest, I always think I'm already wearing a seatbelt because of it. So I'll be like halfway through my commute and then I'll feel it and go, oh my gosh, I don't have my seatbelt on. That's bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
Oh my gosh.
And even to put your seatbelt over top of the fanny pack is...
It's fine. Like you can like move the actual pouch somewhere, but I just feel like I'm already wearing a seatbelt, so I need to be better with that because that is not good.
It would be a smart thing to have though, right? A place to put your purse.
So I think the invention that should be in a car that I've been talking about for about 20 years is heated and cooled cup holders. Because when you have a Slurpee and M&M peanuts, you want them to both stay cold and want them melt in the hot summer sun.
And what if you had like a coffee and M&Ms? You'd want your coffee to stay hot and your M&Ms to not melt.
Exactly. So then you could, like, each cup holder would have its own temperature. So if you were weird like me and you wanted something hot and cold, you could have both of them to the perfect temperature while driving in your vehicle.
I love that.
It actually does make a lot of sense. Like, quite often when I pick my daughter up from school, we go and hit Starbucks after, and Lisa's always mad that I don't bring coffee home. But by the time I'd get home, it would be cold anyway.
Yeah.
So if it was heated, that would actually work. We're talking about things that should be in vehicles that aren't. Do you remember when the Volkswagen Bug came out? Like the revamped version, I don't know, about 15, 20 years ago, something like that.
Okay, what about it?
And they had the spot for the little flower vase. So it was like a built-in vase, and you could just pick flowers and put them in your car.
Is that not a thing anymore?
It was right in front of the air conditioner, too, so that like when you had your air on, it would blow the smell of the flower throughout the vehicle. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, until people with spring allergies would be in the passenger seat.
Sneezing and getting in accidents, yeah.
Okay, I think we need to have a little like pull down that you can put in front of you so you can eat your 12-inch sub on the highway.
Like a tray?
Yeah.
A food tray for on the driver's side?
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible idea.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Words, $1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Donald, first-time contestant, ready to win $1,000 or what?
You betcha, bud.
All right. Did you partake at all in St. Patty's Day yesterday?
No, man, I've been sober for years.
Good for you.
Well played.
Yep.
Probably saving a lot of money doing that.
I'd say.
Yeah.
All right. Here's how the game works. You're going to pick a teammate, either Lisa or myself, who will leave the room. I won't be able to hear round one as we give you 5 words. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in to play the same game for every answer that matches. It's $25, but we will jump it to $1,000 if you get all 5.
Donald, who's your teammate?
Ryder, please.
All right. I'm pumped. I like my words today, so let's do our best, okay, Donald?
You betcha.
I'm going to start your 25-second timer after I say the first word.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind when I say flurries?
Snow.
Leather.
Leather.
Yep, leather with an L.
Belt.
Sprinkles.
Cake.
Leash.
Dog.
Cinnamon.
Buns.
Ho, ho, ho! I'm pumped up about this. Let's do it.
See how she pans out here.
Yes. Okay, Donald was ready.
Crushed it?
Crushed it. So now the pressure's on, Ryder.
$1,000 possibly?
Possibly.
Okay.
What comes to your mind when I say flurries?
Snow?
Yep, $25.
Woohoo.
Leash.
Dog?
$50, Donald.
Yeah, hey.
Cinnamon.
I'm going to say toast.
Buns. Cinnamon toast.
Well, I was thinking
So
cinnamon toast crunch. And just cinnamon toast.
Okay, listen, we're not done. We've got $50. Let's keep it going. What comes to mind when I say leather?
Jacket.
Belt. And last but not least, let's try and send Donald on his day with $75. Please. What comes to mind when I say sprinkles?
I'm going to say ice cream.
Cake.
Oh, we were
Donald, honestly, Donald.
so close on all of those, really.
It was tough, but I was so proud of Donald because he was just like firing them off. It was so
That was a
good.
noble effort. Noble effort.
Exactly,
Yeah, indeed.
Donald. You picked up $50. Thanks for playing.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Have a great day.
You too.
Next chance to play is tomorrow morning at 7:50, and I will agree buns was probably a better word than toast.
Cinnamon toast is so good, though.
Yeah, underrated. Did you hear about Bruno Mars and his gambling troubles?
I did.
Like, no, this is not a small story. Over $50 million is apparently what he owes, like, bookies in Vegas. Over $50 million.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's a ton of money. And you got to be thankful if you owe $50 million in gambling debts that at least you can make it. Like he's one of the few people that can make $50 million in a year or two.
Yeah, if he goes on tour again, he should be fine because we went to Bruno Mars, remember?
Mm-hmm. Sold out show at Rogers Place, and it was unbelievable.
It was so good. First of all, it was on time. Immediately, Bruno Mars took the stage and had so much energy, hyped the crowd up, and that energy remained throughout the entire, hour and a half concert.
Yeah.
And like the encore was right away, also had tons of energy.
Well, and he has
was
enough
great.
songs that like he could almost do a residency in Vegas, and then just like every dollar he makes goes to the people he owes money to.
There you go.
Can you imagine being in for over $50 million?
No, I can't imagine that anxiety.
Like if I lose over $20 on a sports bet, I'm like, "Ugh, what am I doing
I know
with my life?
if I put like a $5 bill in a VLT and it's gone immediately, I'm like, ugh.
It is pretty wild to read that story because I hadn't heard that he was a big gambler at all, like ever. And then all of a sudden, I just heard this one this morning.
Well, I heard about it and then I was like, oh, I wonder how he's feeling about this. But then I saw him like commenting on other celebrities' posts shortly after, like no cares in the world. So I think he's doing okay.
Yeah. Yesterday, had a buddy celebrating a birthday, and I said, that must be the best birthday of the year, St. Patty's Day.
Because people are already out. And then when you add on, it's also my birthday, you get free drinks. Like, it's natural.
Well, and it's easy to convince people to come to you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're at a specific pub, if they know it's your birthday, you get like the bonus angle. You know what I mean? So people will come to your local watering hole rather than you having to go somewhere, across the city or whatever. But yeah, and then today we have another friend who's celebrating a birthday, and I said to you, this must be the worst birthday of the year.
Everyone's hungover. People are sleeping in. You're not getting your birthday text till 3 p.m. today.
Or people are even like their social batteries so drained that they're like, I don't want to text anybody. You know what I mean?
It's just a lazy Facebook wall post. That's all you get today.
That's all you get. I've always thought my birthday's in a pretty cool spot.
It's a long weekend, though, so it's hard to convince people to see you, isn't it?
No, but it's the September long weekend where nobody has plans. Like August long, it would be tough because everybody's out of town. Or
July long.
Yeah, Canada Day long, people are... it's not always on July long doesn't exist.
It doesn't?
No. There's just July 1st, which is Canada Day, which could fall any day of the week. So May long is the other one where people are usually pretty busy.
I've never seen someone get so cranky over long weekend facts.
You just derailed it, what we were talking about, for a fact that wasn't true. And then I was like, well, I got to actually point this out now so we both don't sound dumb.
Okay. Anyway, yes, your birthday is on a good long weekend because there are no excuses. Like, you got to hang out with me. I know you have the Monday off. Sorry, is it the Friday off?
I believe it's usually the Monday, yeah. But yeah, people have already packed up their cabins. They've got their summer travel plans done. The kids are back in school.
Yeah, I don't think they're down to party, man.
They're down to get together.
Are they?
Yeah, on a long weekend, you got to have one night where you
turn up, do something fun.
Shimmy, shake. So
okay, what is the best birthday? Mine's Feb 1st. It's okay. I'm an Aquarius. We don't care about anything.
It's easy to remember for other people. That's a good thing. Okay,
I love this. Josh wrote in saying my birthday is New Year's Day, and the last thing I want to do is answer phone calls and texts because I'm super hungover. So Josh just cares more about the New Year's than his birthday. He's partying harder than the day before.
Do you like your birthday? Hit us up. Didn't have my daughter all weekend.
She was babysitting.
Yeah, she's in that age range now where it's either hang out with dad or go make money, and I guess I appreciate the hustle.
Does she save her money or does she spend it right away?
Oh, like she goes to Sephora and 3 babysitting sessions she can spend there in about 7 seconds.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Dad, but I feel like you are no longer the priority.
Well, the interesting thing is kids now, like teenagers who do babysit, the things that they're into are no longer cheap. Like when I was her age, Slurpees.
Yeah, $2 maybe.
Or like maybe a CD.
Yep.
$16, $20 for a CD, something like that. Whereas now, like, she's into Lulu. So she will babysit and then she'll want a $104 jacket. Well, you got to babysit a lot. So I don't think I'm going to see her for the next 5 years. Expensive tastes, My daughter is babysitting a lot lately and wanted us to ask this question and then report back with some of the best answers. What made a great babysitter for you back in the day? Like, who was your favorite, but specifically, what did they do that took them to the next level?
So when my sister would watch my other sister and I, there's 3 of us daughters, we were pumped when our parents would leave because we knew that our lunch would just be homemade icing and 5-cent candies.
Okay, so terrible food choices would be what made a good babysitter.
Yeah, and we would watch The Price is Right. That was it. That's all we needed.
I'd say the work for me that a babysitter would put in pulling mattresses out of the bedrooms and then putting them at like the bottom of the stairs or into the hallway.
See, what's risky about that, though, is your daughter's only 12.
Yeah.
So she can't drive the kids to the emergency room if they break their wrist.
Yeah, because we'd incorporate a mini trampoline, too. You'd boot her down the hallway, launch off the mini trampoline, and then land into the mattresses that were like up against the wall. And it was awesome.
All right,
but dangerous.
So we can't do that. So does she know how to make icing from scratch?
Yeah, we better go back to that one, maybe.
The Ryder and Lisa Podcast.
Brought to you by Yegg Property Pros. Powered by Real Broker. Get a realtor who knows. Call the pros.
Play 107.